Is there anything else that some challenges that we are facing
Sure.
here in Sullivan County?
Yeah, I mean, it's Sullivan County is experiencing, many of the same problems that other counties throughout the state are experiencing in terms of the hit that the economy has taken. But in some ways, it's been even harder for Sullivan because of its heavy dependence on tourism, on the tourism industry, and of course, that industry was particularly hard hit in this pandemic. A lot of people are out of work, and my office has helped something like somewhere around 1,700 constituents in getting their unemployment insurance benefits during this time. So that's been huge. And we passed a package of bills. The state legislature passed a package of bills that were COVID related to address some of the needs that we're seeing, not just in Sullivan, but across the state. Mm-hmm. I'm very happy to report we passed my bill, which would expand the definition of telehealth services to include audio services only. In other words, if you're, you could get the services of your doctor by phone. You don't have to do it, have it done over a computer, which is really important. Going back to what we were talking about earlier with lack of broadband access, if you don't have that, you're not going to have the option to safely see your doctor. So that bill was passed and signed into law, and that will provide affordable access by Sullivan County residents to healthcare services via telehealth. We also passed a bill to help renters. It creates, it actually allocates $100 million of Federal CARE Act funding to a voucher program that would provide vouchers to landlords on behalf of renters who are having a hard time, who are struggling to pay their rent because of a COVID-related hardship. We passed a bill that provides mortgage relief for homeowners that have mortgages with state banks or state-regulated mortgage companies. We passed legislation that prohibits utilities from shutting off people's electricity, gas, water, any of their utilities, because if they're having a hard time paying their bills during this time. We're also pushing really hard to get a realistic federal package of relief because, as you've read in the papers, the county governments, the local government, state government, we're all facing major shortfalls in revenues because of the impact of the pandemic on the economy. So, it's really important that we get that fiscal relief for the federal government so that we can maintain vital services and programs during this time.
Sullivan County is predominantly a tourist area. How have you seen businesses adapt during this pandemic, and what do you see for us here in Sullivan County in the future?
Well, first of all, the good news is Sullivan County enters phase 4 of the 4 phases of reopening. So we're in our final phase of reopening, which is great news. And that phase 4 includes indoor and outdoor arts and entertainment, lower risk, which is museums and that kind of thing, as well as higher education. Mm-hmm. And we have seen we have seen businesses adapting, and this coming weekend I'm actually going to be going to the opening night at the Forestburg Playhouse.
Oh, that's great.
Forestburg Under the Stars 2020. And, you know, they've had to modify, obviously they've had to modify their usual programming, but they are doing a wonderful outdoor concert series this summer. And, you know, we've seen restaurants doing a lot of innovation too, you know, expanding. One thing that we often do have in Sullivan County and in the Catskills is more open space, unlike,
Yes.
you know, the city and elsewhere where outdoor dining is not, you know, as much of an option. But we're seeing a lot of creative uses of space, yards, adjacent yards or parking areas are being used for expanded dining. You've got, you know, of course, takeout orders continue. Catskill Provisions now offers like the brunch boxes. So everyone's coming up with these creative ways to, you know, to open and to operate under the current circumstances. And I do think that, you know, we're seeing a lot more people. I think we're going to continue to see a lot more people wanting to travel to the area, and you know, in search of fresh air, in search of outdoor activities, especially from downstate. People want to be where it's healthy, you know, and they want to engage in healthy activities. And I think one of the, you know, this is one of the greatest things that, you know, we have to offer in the Catskills, in the Hudson Valley is outdoor recreational opportunities. And, you know, I do see us coming back stronger. And I know that organizations like the Chamber of Commerce and Sullivan Catskills Visitors Association, you know, with their branding of Catskills Confidence, are you know, really working to not only to you know, attract people to Sullivan, but also to make sure that help businesses open safely, because what's really key in all of this is that, you know, we continue to follow the health and safety protocols. We want to keep moving forward. We don't want to go backwards like, you know, so many other, what we're seeing in other states in the country right now. We've been very careful in New York, and that's paid off. I'm excited. I'm very excited for us to be reopening and the economy doing so in a safe manner.
What is the best way to reach out to you for more information if folks wanted to reach out?
So the best way is I have an office in Liberty on North Main. You can contact us at 845-292-0215, or you can email me at metzger@nysenate.gov.
Thank you so much, Senator. It was a pleasure interviewing you, and thank you for all of your efforts on behalf of Sullivan County.
Well, thank you all. Thanks, Sullivan 180. And truly, there's just so much good work being done across Sullivan County, especially in this time.